So regarding our building, what it is unique about it, besides its architectural design and the opportunities that is offered for you to collaborate with your peers, your fellow students, and so forth, it actually is a host to a number of different companies. So basically, you can study and work at the same time with one of these companies, and especially if you're going to consider to work on these CRISP projects. This is quite unique, and Keele University, Keele campus in specific, is one of the very few universities in the UK that actually offers that. The building also includes a cafe and gives you opportunities to think, create, and socialize all under one roof. Another pioneer area within the Keele Business School is that we do have a dedicated student learning support officer who can offer advice, help, and pastoral support on a range of study-related issues, like, for example, time management, essay planning, and revision technique. We also offer, as we've said at the very beginning of the talk, a business foundation year for those students who wish to be better prepared for the chosen degree. This extra year of study will improve your academic skills, it will expand your subject knowledge, and perhaps, and most important of all, it will build up your confidence. And as I stressed earlier on, our foundation year students outperform their classmates when they progress to a bachelor's degree. Finally, in response to the current pandemic, at this particular moment in time, the university has decided to offer a hybrid approach to teaching and learning by providing both online and in situ classes. We use synchronous and asynchronous modes of learning, like, for example, pre-recorded sessions, digitized material, social media, and live webinars through various online platforms, like, for example, Microsoft Office 365 and Teams. You will be able to follow the news of the Keele Business School via Twitter. You can join it via Facebook, and also you can contact the school for any inquiries that you may have, and more information will be passed to you shortly via our partner. And this is what I had to say more or less regarding Keele Business School and the kind of courses that we offer and the kind of experiences that you might get. I would be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. And also I will forward to you an additional more version of our slides with more details on the Keele Business School as well. So I'm more than happy to take any questions that you may have or any comments.
Thank you, Dr. Koskina. I heard just now you was talking about the
Bloomberg.
Yeah, I think that one for international students, we are not very clear what's that. But as I know, because I have been to Keele University personally, so I know how it looks like. So if you can introduce a little bit more about that part, I think it will be very interesting.
Yeah, okay. Well, Bloomberg is basically a lab that you will have the opportunity to get access to data, real life data regarding, for example, the financial performance or the market of a particular industry or firm. And students can use that kind of data and accommodate it within their own studies. For example, if they have to produce a real life report on the financial performance of the firm, and in an extent to try to present to the organization what the implications of this might be in terms, for example, of human resources, in terms of marketing, in terms of operations, and so forth. The uniqueness about offering and providing that kind of facility is that students will be part of a series of e-learning modules, classes regarding that. And at the end, they will get a certification regarding their own knowledge.
So is it a link to the lab, is linked to the live information you can get, or just a practical one?
It's a real life information that you will get, like for example, a very good example of stock markets.
I think we got some questions here on the chat box. Alex asking, can you please share more information about the foundation program?
Well, the foundation year is a year prior to your bachelor's degree. And this will mean that your overall studies at the end, it will duration between 4 and 5 years. And that also depends on what you would like to do once you get into the bachelor's degree. There are currently two intake. One intake is during the autumn semester, and one intake is in the spring semester. The overall duration of the foundation year is equivalent to one academic year. In respect to entry requirements, you are required 64 UCAS points. With regards to these requirements, as you can see from the slides here, you will be required a 5.5 IELTS or above, with the exception of pharmacy and physiotherapy, which is outside of the range of the Keele Business School.
And I just mentioned, if I may, that we have a full foundation intake for January as well. So whichever degree you're looking at doing, then in January we have a full intake. So whether it's business or another course, then in January you can start your foundation before your undergraduate degree in September. So we're currently basically issuing CASs and paperwork and everything for January. So if any students are interested in the January start, then that's something that we can also progress with.
So for foundation program, do you accept students from Vietnam graduates year 11?
From what? Sorry, what was that, Angela? From
Vietnam. I think the Vietnam student graduate from year 11. Equivalent, well, I don't think it will be finished the high school. Alex, can you explain a little bit more about the Vietnam graduate? If I'm not wrong, if they graduate from year 12, that means they graduate from the high school. So if they are only in year 11, that means still 1 year before they can graduate for Vietnam students.
Yeah.
I think it would be, I mean, it's not, I think it would be the full 12 years, the full high school diploma, I think. But I can double check for that. I don't think there's any exemptions there.
Okay. There's one question here. And could you please tell about the requirements for direct to bachelor in Keele for Vietnam students? Oh, sorry, for Vietnamese students.
For Vietnam student. Yeah, we do need foundation for entry onto degree course. So we do need a foundation. An entry onto foundation is 6.5 from the National University Entrance Exam. So we need 6.5 for foundation. And then entry onto undergraduate is via a foundation route only. So there's no exemptions to that, unfortunately.
There's one more question. How about the scholarship for international students?
Yeah, I mean, we have the developing country scholarship, which is a 1,000 per year. And then we also have an excellent scholarship as well, which is for students who exceed the entrance criteria, which is anything up to 5,000 a year. So I'll share that information with all of your everybody here today, if possible, because that's a really quite attractive offer at the moment that we have. We've also got some specific scholarships as well to various departments for various courses. So for those students who have, say, an equivalent of a first, then they would be eligible for up to 5,000 from the postgraduate course. So students looking for masters in business would be eligible for up to 5,000 plus 1,000 developing country scholarship.
What is average tuition fees for bachelor students in Keele University?
Generally for postgraduate, most students around 15,000 for most courses. 16,000 is the average for a postgraduate course, certainly. But then obviously, like I say, we do have particular scholarships available at the moment for those.
Yeah.
And also, if I'm not wrong, Keele is near Manchester, so which is the living standard is quite reasonable.
Exactly, accommodations reasonable, living costs are reasonable.
And for the foundation year, for, the fees for our international students is at the moment set at £13,000.
There's one more question here. Could you please tell us about entry requirement for bachelor's and a master program for India students?
Yeah, for students, yeah, for India, I mean, we do have the IELTS waiver in there for students who've got the high school certificates in English. I think that's as long as it's valid within 2 years. Then we do have the IELTS waiver. But let me just check on the specific requirements. Yeah, so we've got 10+1 at 70% in terms of entrance to foundation. But I know a lot of students from India do go direct into undergraduate, and then yeah, I mean, I've got the equivalent scores on here basically, but it depends obviously on the actual course. But say you were looking at BBB, that's equivalent to 70% in the senior high school certificate. So 70% is the mark for a lot of courses, but obviously that depends on a specific course. There might be some that can take 60% or some that require 80%, just depends on which course it is we're looking at.
There's one more question here regarding to master degree in business field. Please kindly advise in the university offers any internship or placement opportunities. How about the working opportunities for international students in Stoke-on-Trent?
Okay, I can take that. Well, for all of our full-time postgraduate courses within Keele Business Schools, there are 3 routes that students can follow following the successful completion of the taught part of their degree. Then they enter the research area if you like. So they can choose either the consultancy route or the placement route or the research-based dissertation route. In both of these 3 options, students will have the opportunity to engage with real-life companies. And in specific, if they choose the placement route, for instance, they will also have the opportunity to work for a very short period of time within an employer that matches their interest in relation to their subject area, but also their interest in relation to their career. We do have a wide range of local firms, if you like, and some of the firms where our students have already conducted their placements and they've done their projects upon it are the examples that I've mentioned before, like for example, the JCB company, which is located very close to Keele campus. So the short answer to your question is yes, students, they do have opportunities to work with different companies if this is the pathway is that they would like to follow when they're doing a postgraduate degree.
I also want to end up something because after the graduate and from next year, next summer, we are having graduate visa, which is 2 years working visa after graduation, which is another chance for students to work as well.
That's correct. And actually, when you're doing a postgraduate degree and you decide to work for one of our partner employers while you're on degree and doing your project, let's say, either your consultancy project or your research project, then it is quite likely that you'll have the opportunity to carry on working with them for another period of time. So you boost your employability to this end as well, alongside the new visa regulations.
Yeah. There's one more question here. What academic fields in Keele is famous for?
Do you mean within the Keele Business School? Do you mean within the Keele University?
Both, maybe.
Okay, well, with regards to Keele University, I think Keele is quite famous for a number of different subject areas. One of them apparently is business and management, but besides that, we do have a very good physiotherapy department, a very good medical school, pharmacy school, and yes, that should be it. And
international relations, I just mentioned international relations, the university is quite well known. Yeah.
Yes.
Politics, yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Now, within the Keele Business School area, all of our subject areas, they're quite complementary to each other. So we're quite famous, for example, with regards to our economics degree. We're also quite famous with regards to our combined degrees, like, for example, business management and human resource management. And that is why we have been awarded, for instance, and we have been granted a full exemption with regards to professional accreditations from the relevant body. So marketing, human resource management, international business management, and economics would be the areas that I would say that the Keele Business School is famous for.
There is one question here. Do you have your own online English test, or do you accept Duolingo, IELTS indicator?
Yeah, do you want me to take that one? Duolingo we accepted this year for the pre-sessional only because of the COVID situation. Depends on how things will look for next year, whether we do accept that again. We accepted IELTS indicator as well. We are developing our own English test. We don't at the moment have that, so we need to use IELTS or IELTS indicator equivalents, but I know there are developments for our own English test.
I think it looks like we cover all of our questions so far. Daniel or Dr. Koskina, do you have anything you want to talk before a wrap up?
I think that did we address the question about quotas for scholarships? I don't think there are any quotas as far as I know for the Excellent Scholarship or the Developing Country Scholarship. And again, those can be combined. So up to 1,000 per year, as well as the 2,500 for undergraduate or 5,000 for postgraduate. Those two can be combined. We also have an alumni scholarship as well. So for students continuing from undergraduate to postgraduate, or students who've studied on one of our exchange programs would also qualify for one of those alumni discounts as well, basically, which is up to 20%. So there are a number of awards, but have a look on our website because there's some specific to various courses in there, and British Commonwealth scholarships as well available. So the full details can be just a simple Google of Keele and scholarships would lead you to all of those, basically. But there is no quota on those.
So did you say per year?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
exactly.
I think
So
that's very attractive.
Yeah, it's 1,000 per year, which I know is very attractive. Some universities only offer them for the first year, but it is for every year.
Yeah, that's good. So that means £3,000 in total if the student's doing 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. For the developing country scholarship, yeah, a total of 3,000.
Great. So I think that's it for today. Thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you very much, Dr. Koskina. And yeah, so thank you everyone to be here today. I think that's it for today. Thank you for joining us, and maybe see you next time.
Okay.
Thank you. Just a quick thank you to Angela and the IEA team for putting on the event today, and getting basically so many people to join us. That's brilliant. Thanks for all your organisation and hard work, and we're looking forward to working with you guys. I think we just had another question just come in. We've had 2 questions just come in. Is that right? Just a couple? Oh, they're just thank you. That's okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Keep safe.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.